on to Creative of the Week, still on visual arts. I've got Olivia, who is doing something that should have been done many years ago. Thank you. You're doing it now. Karibu sana to Life and Style.
Thank you.
You look lovely.
Oh, thank you. So do you.
Asante sana. So let's start with a bit of introduction. I've got these amazing dolls. I'll tell you my story in a bit, but just let's hear about you.
Well, about these dolls? Or,
Yeah.
okay,
We'll
fine.
start from you going to the dolls, of course.
Well, what about me? I'm a bit boring.
Go on. We'll take what you'll give us.
Well, I'm Olivia Mengich, and yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur, so I have an MBA in entrepreneurship. But like most Kenyans, I started by working somewhere.
Yeah.
And then, the entrepreneurship drive continued to, eat at me until finally I gave up. And I started something else, another business, which was actually in photography.
Whoa, okay.
Coming from what you were doing, but it was a stock photography platform, still exists. And then the next project was Swahili Princess. This is a product that was inspired by the desire to provide young African girls, East African girls, with a doll that reflects their beautiful physical attributes.
Yep.
And also their culture through the fashion that the dolls wear. Yeah.
I totally love this.
Okay.
We grew up with dolls that don't look like anything like us.
Amen.
With hair that does not look like mine. With blue, green.
There you go.
This is exactly.
This is Barbie. There you go.
This is exactly
what
I'm talking
with.
about.
Exactly.
And if you did not have this growing up, then your mom doesn't love you. And it was the only way you'd get a doll that actually had Africa kinky hair is if you made them from paper.
Exactly. Or a rag doll, for example,
yes,
as well.
and then you take hairpiece and just stitch it in there.
Exactly.
Yeah, you actually brought this.
I had to bring this. I don't think there's anything wrong with playing with a doll that that is of another race. But unfortunately in Africa and actually the rest of the world, white is the default race for various things. Yeah. So I think that the reason why I'm doing this is because the problem of playing with only white dolls has a detrimental effect on our development, especially on girls, because we want to be beautiful, and dolls are a symbol of beauty and racial stereotypes. So we end up looking at the white doll and we're seeing it as beautiful, and then we drive towards becoming something similar to it. But we can never get there, So it's just this false idea of where we need to be. And I do believe that it's come to a time where we need to show young girls that you are beautiful just as you are.
True.
Yeah. And there's different types of beauty throughout the world.
I've always wondered why we're Kenyans, we're Africans, we're black. I've always wondered why they thought we would like these dolls.
I don't think that they thought that we would like these dolls per se. Okay, I'd mentioned earlier that white is seen as a default race, right? And the reason for this is the companies that are producing these dolls are businesses, right? And the majority of the people in the world that have a higher purchasing power in the Western world, and they happen to be Caucasian. Yeah. So what we do have a bulk supply, a large supply of white dolls throughout the world. So every other race from every other color does suffer the same issues that we go through with regard to not having black dolls on supply. The other thing is that you do have black dolls in, for example, America, because African Americans are quite African conscious, especially right now.
Yep.
So there are black dolls there. However, they're still trying to penetrate that market. Right? And the people that bring the dolls here, it's not necessarily Barbie or Mattel or, American Girl. These are not the brands that bring them here themselves. These are other businesses that are trying to, to sell dolls within Africa. And as I said, the default race is white, and there's a large supply of white dolls.
They actually make mannequins that are white. So now they're trying to even make mannequins that are black. So it's something that is cutting across from dolls all the way up. How has it been? Trying to push this into the market when we're used to this?
Actually, I think that the goodness of, let me put it like this. There has been a crazy demand for black dolls.
Whoa.
There's a demand for black dolls, and not just black dolls, African dolls. All right. So because we don't have that many black dolls, and African consciousness, the thing I mentioned earlier, isn't just in America. You have it going on throughout Africa today. So African parents, for example, want to give their children dolls and toys that have positive views of black people, of African people. Like I mentioned, this has something to do with our development. So you do have parents who have African conscious and want to provide such toys to their children. As such, when I brought this to the market, it was in June this year. And we started really small. It was on Facebook. And I remember from the first post, within the first hour, I had, the first 2 orders. And I was like, wow, what is this? What's going on? And so it picked up really, really fast. So because of the demand has fed my growth. I was focusing on another business when I started this, and now this has taken over because of the demand. So I can take the time to mention where we are right now, and I can show you how it came about. So we started on Facebook, and then went on to online stores. That was Jumia and Fago. Fago Shopping, that's by Wells Fargo. So I now am stocking in 5 of the 7 Toy World stores and Carrefour. So that's where the demand led to, to larger supply, and so customers want to see the dolls in various places. So yeah.
This is really good.
Yeah.
June, that's about what, 6 months?
Yeah, 6 months. It was end June actually.
And that about 5 months.
Yeah.
Where do you want to take this now? Because it's already shown that the market needs it. It's a gap that you filled. Where do you want to take it from there?
From there, I can tell you what's next in terms of, so as you can see, this doll is more your color than my color. So the other thing within, our beauty, within Black people, we already have politics of beauty. And one big thing is the light skin, dark skin dichotomy. So we do have issues with young girls and mothers, and even mothers who are bleaching their children. So you have women and men as well who are bleaching, and because of that dichotomy and this false hierarchy of beauty. So the next thing for me would be to create a darker tone, and the reason I didn't start with this is one thing that many people ask me. I didn't start with creating a darker one because of cost. Okay, but,
Of course, what?
Dark of cost. It costs more to create this skin tone, or also black skin tones or darker skin tones, than it does to create a white doll. Yeah, so that's a whole different thing. So I'm going into the dark doll. And then just, trying to push the brand. So it's all about awareness. Like you said, we're still at the beginning. We're still at the onset. So there's a lot more to be done with regard to pushing it. And maybe, who knows, we might have this idea of creating a TV series based on the dolls, just to push the cultural angle. Yeah, because it's not just in dolls. I mean, cartoons. Young girls are looking at Disney princesses and wondering why they can't be Disney princesses as well. I remember reading this, and this young girl was talking about how she can't be a princess because she has braids. Exactly. So kids see these things and they notice that they don't look like Cinderella or what's the name of Beauty? Okay, whatever. All this.
No, that takes me back to what I said at the beginning of the show, that this should have been done when I was growing up, because most people who end up bleaching and thinking they're not beautiful is because of what they grew up seeing. All I'm seeing is blonde hair, light skin. You have to be skinny. Are you looking at making?
Oh, damn.
I know.
But
Are you looking at making dolls that are a bit plump, a bit?
Yes.
Yeah.
With time, with the support of customers, we'll get there. It costs much more to create a full-figured doll, or even a doll of another mold. Like I mentioned, it's a business at the end of the day. So the manufacturers, let's look at it like print. When you have to print anything, you want to print something that's completely different, especially this regard to 3D printing and manufacturing, rotocasting and the kind of thing. So when you're doing this type of printing, and you want to introduce a different mold, you're going to pay an arm and a leg. It would cost me 3 to 4 times the cost of creating this doll to create it. So the brand has to grow for us to be able to afford to do that.
But it's something you're looking into.
Definitely. I mean, look at our figures compared to
I know.
International standards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Challenges so far, something that you think the environment or people around you could do to ensure that we embrace this and push it more?
Let me put it like this. I think that right now the market is there, especially with regard to the middle to upper classes.
Okay.
So it's not really for anybody around me.
Okay.
But it is for me to try and build awareness. It would be lovely if we had more opportunities for entrepreneurs to showcase their products and to have more awareness. So if you had support like that from the environment, in terms of government or whoever,
I know you didn't want to go that direction.
I did not want to go that direction.
So you're holding back.
Yeah, we do have support for entrepreneurs, but it's not yet where it should be. So I think that, because the next thing for any entrepreneurship product, for any product to get to market and to be continuously purchased or used, is for there to be awareness and continuous awareness raised for it. So I think that's something that would help.
Olivia, this is pretty fresh, and the market is eager to get it. But then again, you have to put yourself out there. That means your branding, your marketing, your sales. You have to be very visible. So what is it that you're doing to ensure that your visibility, your branding as an entrepreneur is actually putting you out there or creating, the market for you?
Okay. I'll tell you what I should do and what I'm doing.
Okay.
So like I mentioned, my target market is middle to upper class. I'm looking at C1 to A. So, and when you're looking at this kind of people, I mean, you're in TV, so you know that you have a lot of above the line marketing that is required for, for you to really reach that market, and that's costly.
Yep.
Yeah. So what I'm doing now is a lot of digital marketing, working with bloggers and anybody who's interested or who'd let me come onto their platform, like you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. So right now I'm taking every opportunity I can. If there's a blogger or paper or magazine. So far we've been on Couture Africa, we've been on Nairobi Business Monthly, and a few blogs. So that's so far what we've been able to do, but a lot of digital marketing, social media marketing.
That means there's time and opportunity for you to do much greater
Exactly.
things.
As I grow, then I reinvest into
Absolutely.
that. Yeah.
We need to finish this conversation.
Okay.
How can people get in touch with you? Your Facebook page, because that's where you started. I'm sure it's huge right now. Facebook page. Are you on Instagram? Are you on Twitter?
Okay, we're on Facebook, Swahili Princess. Instagram, same, Swahili Princess. We have a website, but if you want to reach, depends on who wants to reach it to and gets in touch with us. So customers can get us on social media or email or call us. For retailers, we do have the website, so you can email us or you can also call us. So that's,
What's the email address?
It's info@swahiliprincess.com.
Okay. Asante sana, Olivia.
Okay.
I think you're doing an amazing job here.
Thank you.
And our babies will be proud to for you to have started this for them.
Exactly.
So they won't have to deal with this.
With only that.
Blue eyes. Okay. Moving on swiftly. I love blue eyes. This has been Creative of the Week. We're taking a very short commercial break. When we come back, Aisha will be with you on Spoken Words. Don't go too far.
Excuse ya lose moral squeeze niliambiwa ati ni kupenda love. Ndio sababu since juzi HIV haikwangi reserved for the red light district. So usipochunga utaget served what you never really deserved.
Na usiogope kutoka jasho. Hata jasho huwa imejaa chumvi ndio ipatie success ladha.